Hey guys, doing an oil change on a MDX with the 3.7. But first I'm going to be doing an engine flush using Amsoil's engine transmission flush. Pretty much make sure your oil stops off right before you do an oil change. Pretty much pour this whole container in and then run the engine for 15 minutes with everything in it. And then just drain the old oil, change the filter. Doing an oil change, simple, basic oil change on MDX. So here's your oil filter. First thing, make sure your car's supported. If you're gonna lift it, supported by proper lift points and support points. Then what I do is I usually turn the wheel out, give me more access. It's handy oil filter wrench, pretty much. Turn it, drain the oil out of it. New oil filter. I use Wix XP. That's the part number. This fits pretty much all Hondas or Acura, so same thing. But yeah, so what I'll do is I'll change the filter, and then I'll go underneath and drain the oil. All right, here we are. I changed the filter, wipe everything down, new filter. So oil pan. People that don't know or try to do their oil changes, actually says engine oil on this oil pan. Drain bolt. While you're down there, it's good to look around, make sure you don't see any type of leaks. Pretty much break it loose. Have a drain pan ready. Alright, so that's that. I did do an engine flush on this. You can see engine oil is pretty black. These engines are known to carbon up, consume oil. Some were fixed, some were not. But check your oil every 1,000 miles, oil level every 1,000 miles. Your maintenance minder will not tell your oil level. It just tells you more or less on when you should change your oil. Other than that, oil level, the only way to tell is by checking it with a dipstick. And here's the drain plug. Crush washer, change it, put a new one on. These over time kind of mushroom over if you let them go too far. Pain in the butt to take them off. You gotta cut them off. It's easier to just change them every oil change. Alright, so wait for that to drain and put the drain plug back in and top it off with oil. Alright, drain plug's tight, filter's on. I use Amsoil XL series motor oil, obviously 520. I know it says 12,000 miles or 1 year intervals, but honestly with this engine, just because it burns oil, there's no way any oil would last 12,000 miles in this engine. That's why I say check your oil every 1,000 miles. It'll give you an idea of how much you're losing. Some lose more, others burn less, but for the most part they all burn oil. But this engine takes 4.6 quarts. It's pretty much from Amsoil. It's one of these plus a small quart bottle. You need, but you fill this whole thing goes in, and then half a quart bottle, and that's it. All right, so I put the oil in. That's your fill plug or oil cap. That's where you put oil in. Your dipstick is on this side, and so pretty much put about 4.5. You can even put 5 quarts on these engines. It's a little bit over, it's okay, but properly should be about 4.5, 4.6. Pretty much pour your oil in, start the car, let it run for about 20 seconds. Make sure the oil indicator, oil pressure light goes off, because it will come on and it's going to go off. Turn it off, make sure you're on level surface. Wait a few minutes if you want, and pretty much just pull the dipstick, check your oil level. You want it to be pretty much right where on this side says RCA, that line next to on the left side of the R. That's where you want your oil level to be at. So pretty much proper oil levels here. If it's down here, then you're low. Sometimes you won't have any reading on these because your engine's burning oil. But make sure you're kind of, in between these two lines. If it's here, it's fine. And when you check your oil every 1,000 miles, don't add every 1,000 miles, because first 1,000 miles you might not have any loss. Next 1,000 miles might be a little bit. Next 1,000 miles it'll be a little bit more. And what I do is I wait till it gets to the bottom here. That way, if it takes 3,000 miles to go down here, so that's, I want to say that's about a half a quart. Not sure, I don't remember, but anywhere between half to a quart between these two lines. So that way you can have a better, I guess, understanding on how much your engine is burning, how much oil is burning. So that way, down the road, you don't need to check it every 1,000 miles. And if you check it every 2,000 miles, you know how much oil you're losing. But other than that, it's a straightforward procedure. 3.5s, other V6 Honda and Acura engines don't tend to burn as much, or if any. It's just this particular one does burn. Hope you liked the video. Thank you.